main fights are coming to an end. Who would have believed that? It's like, okay, with this week's chapter, or this is officially the first chapter for 2022, but of course we have to scan nations first, and it is still 2021. And it's like, okay, the fights are over. Zoro's fight is now over, Sanji's fight is over, and it's like, okay, Eiichiro is pushing things, he's finishing things up, and it's game time. It's now Big Mom and Kaido are left, so we gotta deal with them, and then Wano is over. And it's like, okay, this is really Wano's endgame, and it looks like no more Calamity and Tobiropo awakening, no more Zoan awakening, or any type of things like that, and we gotta deal with it like this. Okay, we gotta accept it. Eiichiro could of course bring them all back, but from this week's chapter and how King is stated that Zoro is the winner and how King looks and how he is defeated, it's over. Guys, it's over. So from here on now it's Luffy, Kaido, Big Mom, Kid and Law. One Piece chapter 1036. We start off the chapter where we left last time with 1035, and it's okay. We see the outcome of Zoro's last slash from his new technique, and he not only cut King's wing and King is falling down, but he cut King from the middle up very good, and it looks like it's exactly a cut just like how Mihawk gave Zoro his wound. And it's like, okay, Zoro did exactly what he promised in last week's chapter. He said, I will scar you so bad you will never forget me, and he actually did that. And while he managed to do that, King is having a flashback with Kaido. And we see that Kaido is firstly laughing, and then he is like, do you really believe that, King? And it's like, okay, what did King say? And we see, King thinks that Kaido potentially will be JOYBOY, or is JOYBOY. And Kaido is like, are you sure? Do you really believe that? Because you know my ambitions, you know what kind of a world I want to create. And I bet Kaido also knows about JOYBOY, and he knows that JOYBOY will bring peace again to the world, and Kaido wants a world of mayhem. He wants a world of pirates, he wants a world of chaos. And it's like, okay, this doesn't suit JOYBOY's ambitions and what JOYBOY wanted to do. So therefore it's like, King is thinking like that, but he's like, hey, legends are legends, you need to be the strongest. Just promise me that you keep being the strongest, and I will promise you that I will never lose again. Or that I will never lose a battle at all. And the best thing about this is, it is exactly the same promise Zoro gave Luffy, but it's just a tiny bit different. King said he promises to make Kaido the king of the pirates and he will never lose, but Zoro promised as a swordsman until he reaches his own goal that he never will lose again. So there's a difference in between those two. Zoro is also always on the edge, but he also can put aside his own dreams and his own ambitions to make Luffy in first place and make him king of the pirates, sure. But also he has his own dream, which King does not have. King does not have this ambition, and therefore Zoro will always be the stronger one. That explains it also. And it's like, hey, the fact that he also has now advanced Conqueror's Haki and he is fully aware of it. We even got a panel where he is standing with 3 swords and all of them are still covered in advanced Conqueror's Haki, and it's like, okay, there you go. Zoro is also now ready to face Mihawk, and it's like, good, the fights are over, King is defeated, and holy shit. And the cool thing is, Zoro is also mid-air, King is falling, he is also falling, and he's still in his pose with his Haki flowing, and he's like, if it really takes all of this, then I am willing to be the king of hell. And it's like, yeah, there you go, this is Zoro full demon mode, demon force. It's like he unleashed his inner Ashura, his advanced Conqueror's Haki is focusing in every direction, and it's like, okay, now you got it. This is the future sword god, but in his case it would be maybe not the sword god, how Ryuma was. He would be the demon hell, king of hell swordsman. So it's just like the opposite to it. And it would make sense because Mihawk is based off on a religionless character, and Zoro is the demon from hell, so the fight just makes sense for them. Zoro is striking mid-air to push himself back up so he can land on the island and does not fall down, and the announcer says, "Left side dome of Skull Island from Onigashima, winner Zoro." The fight is over. Just like Queen and Sanji's fight, the fights are over. Guys, the fights are over. We just now focus on the big main baddies. We can see one of the spies with one eye who are watching everything and communicating to Cipher Pol Zero. There's this one bird lady from Kaido's side, and she's watching this and she's seeing King has been defeated, and this is big news. So she is communicating this forward to the Cipher Pol agents, and it's like they're in shock. They're in disbelief. This can't be. They're announcing King is defeated and they're like, holy shit, are you joking? This can't be true, right? But yeah, King is defeated. But then they're still stating, okay, even if so, this does not mean anything until the two monster Yonkos are still standing. It's like, can you believe that? The calamities, every single one of them, a billion or a billion plus bounty strong, do not have any big meaning in this war unless Kaido and Big Mom are defeated. It's like, holy shit, Eiichiro still is giving us this input. He's still focusing, he's still saying, hey guys, don't underestimate the Yonko. Calamities, Tobiropo, commanders, captains, this and that, cool and all, strong guys, strong characters, but the Yonko, they are the main meat pot, and it's normal because look at the end of the chapter. Kaido and Luffy are going at it and they are laughing their asses off. I had flashbacks to Roger and Whitebeard, how they were fighting. It's the exact same thing happening here. You got a young Roger now with Luffy, and you got Kaido there, and they are battling it out with King's Haki, advanced King's Haki, punches right and left, and they are laughing it off, and Kaido still is fighting with glory and with joy. It's like, dude, calm down. What the hell? You still have so much stamina and power? He's maintaining the island and he's still fighting like this, and he's having the time of his life. Then we got a little round-up collection of informations from the narrator. I think this is due to it being now a bit of time passed in between. They are currently telling us the situation with Onigashima and how it is reaching the flower capital. And it's like there are three possibilities, and all three possibilities are bad, because all of them would conclude with Onigashima falling down or exploding mid-air. And it's like, first, what if Luffy beats Kaido while they're fighting on top at the Skull Dome? And it's like, okay, if Luffy beats Kaido, Onigashima falls. Second possibility, Onigashima falls and it explodes on the Flower Island, it's gone. Second possibility, the Yonkai creature that Kanjiro created is currently heading downstairs where all the weaponry and the bombs are, and it's like, if Yamato cannot stop that and that thing goes down there, the island explodes mid-air and all of the big stones and rubble and explosion will come down to the flower capital. So again, bad option. And the third possibility is Kaido is fighting against Luffy, he's holding on to Luffy, he is maybe even pushing Luffy back, and he's then deciding, you know what, we are high enough, drop it. And he drops Onigashima like an atomic bomb, and it's like, okay, all three outcomes are bad. Even if Yamato manages to get rid of all the bombs and the weaponry in the factory downstairs, it's like, okay, Kaido still can let that island fall down. And if Luffy beats Kaido and he's unconscious, let's assume, I think that will not happen mid-air, then the island will fall down again. So again, it's like, not that good. The only solution, the only real solution here is Momonosuke, and he can only manage to redirect the island of Onigashima from the flower capital, because it also states that this is a big catastrophe coming heading up to the Flower Dome and the Flower Capital, and it's like, okay, Eiichiro Oda, are you telling us you wanna finish the Act 3 with a tragedy and that the tragedy actually will happen or not? And all the main fights currently besides the Yonko fights are over, and it's like, what are you gonna do, man? Do you actually, will you do the Act 3 tragedy ending, or what is this?
6.5 hours later.
So it goes on, and the thing is, Momonosuke only, logically seen and realistically seen, he only can redirect the island, and it's like, son, you do not have the power, yet you do not know how to control your powers fully. And the only thing you could manage is to redirect the island to, I don't know, another side where maybe Onigashima lands behind the Flower Capital or next to the Flower Capital. But Kaido maybe can come there and he's like, you're not doing that, kid. I take my island, and he's letting it fall down on the Flower Capital. So we gotta see if that really happens, because 2022 is here, first chapter of 2022, and WANOKUNI will end this year, within the first half of 2022, most likely. So one of the numbers, Rocky, is guarding the weaponry, the room where all the weapons from Kaido are, and Yamato is coming with Fuga, and Fuga is good friends with Yamato, as we've now seen, and she is telling him, hey Fuga, please take out your brother there. Please take out Rocky for me, because I do not have time to fight him. And it's like, Yamato, come on, you can one-shot him if you want to. Just say he's not your league, come on. And Fuga accepts it. He's like, hey, no problem, Yamato, I got this. And he's headbutting Rocky full force, and they went through the door. And so Yamato has now a full free view to go to the weaponry and do what she wants to do there, and we gotta see how this ends. Next we go to Goto Usopp, and he actually is doing pretty cool stuff. He is helping Kinemon and Kiku, who unfortunately are alive, and I was like, oh come on, why are they alive? Why the hell are they alive? And Usopp is there to protect them and to rescue both of them. And it's like, they tell him on the other side, oh, Usopp dono, leave me behind, take Kiku, Kinemon. And Kiku is like, no, leave me here and save Kinemon-sama. And Usopp is like, hey, wait a second. This would make all of this rescue I'm trying to do here pointless if I leave one of you behind. What is wrong with your samurai? Why do you guys have death wishes? And this was basically Eiichiro Oda talking to us because he knows we want the samurai dead, and he is saying, guys, just stop with that scabbards dying thing. If they die, but I decide which one of them dies. And this was a directly reply from Oda to us. And it's like, okay Oda, you do not want to kill people in this war, your choice. Usopp also gives them a speech on how, hey, you do not have to die, you can also live, and you do not have to live in shame, you are a survivor, you managed to survive, it's not a bad thing. And then Izo comes in and he's shooting, he's doing this wanted thing where he is shooting and turning and spinning, and he has all the headshots in the case. And it's like, okay, he is telling, well spoken, God Usopp, and that gave me a little Shanks flashback from Marineford where he saved Kobe, and he's like, well spoken, young Marine. And okay, it's like Izo is there, he stopped the enemy side, and he's like, God Usopp, take my little brother and Kinemon-sama and bring them to safety, I will hold down. And before that, Izo is putting down his top, and you can see the tattoo from his back, and it's like, you got it. There you have it. This is an ex-Whitebeard commander, and he is pretty strong, he knows what to do, but also his mentality is different. Usopp is telling Kinemon and Kiku, you do not have to die, forget this samurai codex, forget this Bushido thing. And Izo, who has been 30 years in sea with Whitebeard, He may be a samurai from Wano and a retainer from Oden, but his mentality and the way he thinks changed because he has seen the world. And he knows, hey, you do not have to die, you do not have to be this honorable samurai thing, live on and experience more things. This is not a shame, this is a good thing. Forget this codex of dying. That was the final sentence from Oda to us fans, guys. Just leave the scabbards alone. And from now on, I do not care. I just want to see the final battle between Luffy and Kaido, and I just want to see Luffy using Gear 5 and Luffy being defeated at the end, and Kaido also nearly defeated at the end, but he's still standing. Kaido needs to be the last man standing in that fight. Then we come to the greatest Hokage battle in the Naruto-verse. I mean in the One Piece verse, of course. We got Fukurokujo and Raizo fighting, and they have both of them, they have some jutsus going on, and it's like, hey, do not use this jutsu on me anymore, I can't move. Stop it, Raizo. And Raizo is like, you stop it first. But at the same time, he's burning because the castle is also on flames. And Fukurokujo is like, no, you will get burned first. Fate is on my side. And Raizo, the badass he is, he's like, these flames do only tickle me, bitch. You do not have a chance against me. I will burn down, but I will still be standing, and I will let you burn in hell also. I am a retainer of Oden, of Kozuki Oden, bitch. And it's like, yeah, Raizo, you're the strongest MF here in this entire war. It's like he could have one-shotted Kaido maybe upstairs. We got it, man. Just chill. You're too OP. You're nearly as strong as Buggy and God Usopp. We got a glimpse of course, that bastard Orochi and how he's chilling with Hiyori, who he thinks is still Komurasaki. And he's like, hey, Fukurokujo, come on, the castle is burning. Hurry up, we gotta flee from here. And he requests from Hiyori, hey, can you play this music I like so much? And I was like, is that maybe also the same song Oden liked when Hiyori was a little child and he wanted to have it played again and again? And it's like, well, I can't wait when Orochi dies. Hey Oda, you gotta kill off Orochi, please, man. You have written this piece of shit so well as a villain. It's like, kill him off good at the end. So it's satisfying, please. From there on, we go to the Cipher Pol, Zero, Apu, Numbers, and Drake fight, and it's like, holy fuck, what happened here? Drake is out, and the one number is out, and Apu is hauling ass. He is running away like a maniac, and it's like, shit, man. The Cipher Pol Zero agents, who are the masked elite group agents, they are no joke. They are fucking strong. They took out Drake easily, as it seems, because they are not sweating at all. They got maybe 1, 2, 3 hits, but they are still fine. It's like, what? So the Cipher Pol agents got a call, and it's like, hey, you guys, did you capture Nico Robin? And they're like, no, not yet. We had a disturbance. Apu and Drake came in. And they're like, okay, forget them. The Calamities, the Tobiropo, all of them have been defeated, and they're in shock. They're like, what? And they're telling them, you gotta leave the castle now. And then they are also announcing, the chances of the new generation of the captains winning against the Yonkos are 1 to 1,000,000. And at the end still, they are stating, but if this case really comes in the next minutes and so, we gotta prepare ourselves, because news like this will shake the world like we've never seen before. It will be greater, it will be a billion times greater even when Whitebeard died. And it's like, this is dangerous, we gotta be prepared for the worst case. And then we get shots of Sanji and Zoro and how they are completely out. The boys are completely out, they are unconscious, they can't move any longer. And that's normal, because those two, out of all the commanders and right-hand mans, had the worst fights. They had the toughest and the most baddest fights. They fought against the 2 strongest dudes from Kaido's side, and they won. And it's like, hey, our boys now can beat a billion berry commanders. And it's like, yeah, their bounties will rise up. Their bounties will be skyrocketing. It will be crazy. We get a shot of Big Mom, Kid, and Law, and how they are still struggling against Big Mom, and Big Mom is having the time of her life. She's loving the fight, the experience. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with these ex-Rocks pirates, man? What the fuck is wrong with you guys? What kind of a monster was Rocks? And what kind of a monster were Garp and Roger in their full prime to take on Rocks and his crew? It's like shit. And while the Cipher Pol agents are discussing this and they're saying, but hey, we gotta wait now because every human being has his limits. Everyone at some point will fall down, and it's like that is true. But you are talking in a verse where people are fighting 10 days straight and they still got stamina left. And in the case of Kaido and Luffy, it's like, yeah, Kaido's more experienced, Kaido may be the last one standing, and Luffy will think he has won, but he will fall down this time. And this is the one fight where the odds looked in his favor, but he still lost. And then we come to the fight on the rooftop, and Luffy and Kaido still going at it. Kaido in his hybrid form, he is clubbing Luffy left and right. Luffy is coming with his Conqueror's Haki, he is like Gomu Gomu no, and Kaido is not having it. He is baseball playing with his head, and he is with his club is punching him to oblivion. And then Luffy is flying back, but he is standing up afterwards, and he's coming again to Kaido, and he's still again doing the same thing. He's like, no, I gotta punch you, Gomu Gomu no. And Kaido at the same time reacts again, and he gives Luffy the next punch at his head. And then we see a cool new technique, an advanced version of the elephant pistol, elephant gun. He's doing rock pistol or rock gun, which is also a new series of attacks from Luffy, because we got with chapter 1000 we had Red Rock, and now he is doing rock gun or rock pistol. And the boys are doing advanced Conqueror's Haki left and right, and both of them punched each other, and they're flying on the other sides and they're landing, and what's happening then? They are laughing. Both of them are just laughing. Kaido is like whoa, and Luffy is like shi. Then Luffy is standing up looking like a badass with his coat, looking like a young Roger, and he's like, hey, this is getting fun. And Kaido is standing up with his club and has the biggest grin on his face, and he's like, hey, I was thinking the same thing, kid. The two of them are just clubbing and enjoying the shit out of them, and I had flashbacks to Roger and Whitebeard, and how they were fighting and how they were laughing the entire time. It's like, dude, if you are full maxed out and you have a fight with someone who's equal to you, and you know you can't maybe beat them to a P, but it makes just so much fun to fight them, it's like you laugh. And this is what happened with those two. They laugh, and it's like, okay, who will win this? We gotta see. It's so crazy right now. This was a great chapter for the start of 2022, and this year will be fantastic for One Piece. We will get a shit ton of plot twists and a shit ton of news regarding the outside world and how Wano will end, and it will get crazy. This year is the starting point for One Piece turning completely 180 and surprising us from left to right. Prepare yourselves. So guys, I hope you had a great New Year's. Stay healthy, stay good, have a lot of fun, and hopefully we will have a great year for One Piece also this year. And until next time, gotta catch you later. Leave a sub, leave a like, leave a comment, and we gotta see you next time. Peace out.